All right, we are at the part of our paper here where we're going to be doing rewrites 4 and 5. You've already completed 1 through 3, each time adding a new narrative technique to flesh out your story, make it more entertaining and richer for your reader. So in rewrite 4, we're going to add some dialogue. And dialogue does a lot of things. It can give you insights about character. It can change the tone of the story. It can do lots of things. So in The Bad Haircut, we really see Lakeo as an 8-year-old kid because he's older, looking back on this time when he was in 4th grade. I love it when he says, really, really, because that'd be great. My mom's been trying. She said I need a new haircut before I go to school, so that'd be awesome. And we just hear that character. We hear that little boy and his glee at having his problem solved by an older cousin who he trusts. So we want to add some dialogue. Maybe you want to reveal something about your character. That's kind of what I chose. And so I was thinking about what I might have said. So this is kind of like Lakeo, an older me looking back on a younger me. What might I have said at that moment that I didn't? And so I thought, well, at the time I should have been angry, and I should have said something like, what do you think you're doing? Stop this car right now. And then I had to think about, well, why didn't I? Well, I think because I was worried that if I looked weak or wimpy or disapproving, that I would lose my boyfriend. So I thought, to me, that fleshed out a part of the story that didn't make sense, like most normal people would have said something. And so I decided the best place in my story for that is right here, kind of at the climax. The gears are grinding, he's shifting. And so I put my dialogue there and I highlighted it. So I copied my rewrite 3. I pasted it into rewrite 4. Then I took my dialogue and I pasted it where I wanted it and I highlighted it. So that is rewrite 4. Then we're going to go on and do rewrite 5. We used a metaphor in describing setting, but I want us to use some more figurative language because that's what Lakeo does. When he describes his haircut, he really paints a picture in the reader or the listener's mind of what that was like. He says, my hairline was back here and this was all shiny, like I had this windshield thing going on. If you look closely enough at my forehead, you could see a reflection in it. It was crazy. It was just glistening. So look how he uses a simile, like this windshield thing. A metaphor, you could see your own reflection. In other words, it was a mirror. An imagery, it was just glistening to describe how badly his cousin had botched his hair. So where can you enhance your story with figurative language? And I've decided that for me, first I copied and pasted my rewrite 4 into rewrite 5. And then I picked a spot where I thought I could put some figurative language. And I thought a description of him and what he was doing, because I talked about gears grinding, but I thought here describing this character, cigarette dangling from the corner of his mouth, eyes intent on the road. My boyfriend worked the steering wheel like he was strangling an enemy combatant. So here I'm using a simile to describe his grip on the steering wheel. And then of course, I highlighted it. All right, so those are rewrites 4 and 5, and those are due in class. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to talk about rewrite 6, which is going to be on tutorial day. You'll be working on that on your own.